Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you've been following me right now, I've been coming to a certain think about a bit certain topics that I would like to address to you all, even though, as you know, I'm all about the mental health awareness and creating awareness and educate you all, as well as to motivate you all with everyday topics that we come across of what we go through in our life, regardless what it may be, and I feel to address them to you all right now. But as you're fully aware right now, someone actually said to me basically while I've been talking to them on the Facebook, pretty much they feel for me to address maybe some of the side effects of certain, everyday medications that we may take and stuff. So in the next few series over, this one's all about maybe the side effects of different types of medications that many of us take, be it like the most common ones of the depressants and all the like there, hopefully with the common side effects of the long term versus the short term effects versus what they are, what kind of chemical names they are and how they affect us in a way for our everyday life, versus basically on my next few videos over also is maybe about something about eating right, healthy right, and healthy living and stuff for people with depression and all the like, of certain other bits and pieces that I want to address about healthy living, eating style, which I'm hoping to later on do my research and actually maybe do some cooking ones. I'm not sure as of yet, but I'll let you in the lowdown. But in all further ado, before I begin, I better introduce myself here for the newbies that are on my channel right now. My name is Karen, or shall we say AspieAnswersAll, known short version Aspie basically at the moment, basically from some people. And basically I'm going to welcome you newbies onto my channel, and hopefully maybe some of these videos that I've shared so far and earlier in the piece or even later on in the piece, regardless where you're at with my journey with me on my life story versus every other topics that I've introduced, that I feel hopefully will be of value to you, maybe hopefully for yourself or maybe for your family or friends or whoever that is stuck with, that can be an encourager or a motivator, what have you, whatever purpose it may be that you landed on my channel for this day and age. So I welcome you humbly with open arms. I'm here not to judge or criticize. I'm here to just, like I said, motivate, push people forward to their goals, dreams and whatever else it may be right now, so they're on in. So take a seat and actually maybe listen to what I have to say sometimes, so my journey with Asperger's syndrome and the like won't be similar to probably some of you guys, but you may be able to relate one way or another when I bring out some topic on my journey with Asperger's syndrome, especially, even though now I've been coming to that point now, many people are asking me, Karen, what is Asperger's syndrome? So in all further ado, basically I'll share just my journey of what's been going on. But in all further ado, before I lose track of time, I'll welcome back the old bees also basically on my channel. Hopefully some of these topics that I've addressed to you all basically that who has known me from the very beginning of the let go, that they have been informative enough for you, educational and whatnot, and hopefully that despite that I know that some of these topics may not be to everyone's cup of tea, but bear with me, everyone's entitled for their opinions, and I humbly apologise in advance if it's not to the right standards or formality for you guys. But hopefully some of these topics that I'm addressing hopefully isn't, as someone keeps complaining about, too technical or too hard for you to understand. So hopefully if you need me to address certain terms or knowledge or whatever, I can easily either do it in the video or I can put it in the descriptions as I carry on my journey with these videos that I would like to share with you all. So not further ado though, this one's the side effects, basically going to be called of the medication side effects part 1, which is the depressants, as I said. And basically I'll begin now. As we know, sometimes if you don't know, pretty much depressants are sometimes called downers and are most commonly used for people who mainly suffer from depression, anxiety and some other form of mental health disorders, or just certain medical conditions that needs to help them on the let go. Depressants are substances that actually slows down the normal everyday function of the nervous system and actually the chemical reactions of our brains, however. And how this affects us is basically it enhances the effect of the neurotransmitters of the GABA called sort of thing, or the GABA, which is the inhibitors of the brain of those neurotransmitters. It's one of many type of neurotransmitters, however, that works in our central nervous system with the brain and the central nervous system of the nerves and everything else that goes on around us. So these are the inhibitory neurotransmitters, however, which means it comes down the operations within the central nervous system. Basically, also though, however, depressants are known as for the psychotics, and they are psychoactive drugs that temporarily diminishes the normal function of brain activity in the central nervous system, just for a time period. But you may have also heard some of the clinical names that I might address to you all, may not, but I'll address to you all what I've researched here, which are the barbiturates, benzodiazepines, and alcohol, especially marijuana too. Alcohol and marijuana are also known as depressants, however, and it was just a sad fact really in reality, but you know, many people use alcohol, but alcohol can be a depressant to a point that, you know, as I said, can come and relax us. If you haven't seen those series based on the, you know, the alcohol versus all the different types that are brought out, alcohol, marijuana, and all the like of the drugs uses that people use for different, you know, recreational activity, feel free to actually find those videos on my channel, basically, which is under the addiction series, I think, from memory. So bear with me. Anyway, continuing on, barbiturates are actually a class of drugs that are also known as a sedative, kind of hypnotics. Basically, these are the ones of the barbiturates that are commonly prescribed for anxiety and insomnia, however. Also, just to clarify, depressants come in many forms, multicolored, tablets, capsules, basically, or even in liquid form. Basically, some of these drugs in these categories, such as Zyprexa, Seroquel, and Hadol, are known as major tranquilizers. It puts you to sleep, like you're zombied out and stuff, kind of thing, or they are also classified as antipsychotics, as mentioned before. These types are basically supposed to reduce the symptoms of mental illness. Now, the short-term effects on these kind of depressants, however, are the list as follows. Slow brain function, number 1. And number 2, slow down, like the slow pulse and breathing patterns, you know. Number 3, basically low blood pressure. 4, poor concentration. 5, confusion. 6, fatigue. 7, dizziness. 8, slurred speech. 9, fever. 10, slugginess. 11, visual disturbances. 12, dilated pupils. 13, disorientation. 14, lack of coordination. 15, depression. Many people may beg a diff on this, but it does. Number 16, difficulty or inability to urinate. And the last one, if all goes bad, when people are really addictive on it, they will sure be on that role of addiction. Anyway, high doses can, however, sadly cause impairment of memory, judgment, coordination, irritability, paranoia, and suicidal thoughts, however. Some patients may experience opposite side effects, however, to these kind of drugs, you know, such as aggression or agitation. Using sedatives, however, that drugs that calms us down and actually soothes us, as well as the tranquilizers of any other substances, particularly alcohol, can slow the breathing, heart rate, and even leads to death if taken into excessive amounts. The long-term effects of this basically is tolerance to many depressants that are prescribed and given to the patient can develop rapidly over time, with larger doses to basically achieve the same effect. As we know, basically, sometimes in our day and age, we know that sometimes clinical professionals, be it our doctors, psychiatrists, or whoever that we, you know, meet and visit and stuff for our meds over the counters, prescriptions, be it depressants and the like, basically, it does tend to come to the point that, you know, the higher the dose, you know, the more addictive it is, and sometimes it's hard to break, and sometimes then again, it's like they're so tolerant onto wanting more and more of it to the point that, you know, they're feeding that addiction. And as I said before in one of my videos, that sometimes with the addiction it can be hard to break, and also will lead to the point of, you know, certain other stages to these bits, be it, you know, what they do with that time period. But however, like with this though, with the long-term effects this can cause basically of the use of depressants, which are, as I said, depression, chronic fatigue, breathing difficulty, sexual problems, and sleeping problems. Also, as a dependency on this drug of depressants, however, and others, increases basically on the other classical signs are cravings, anxiety, or panic attacks, or just, you know, are the most common form of the use and unable to get any more when they're so addicted to this form of antidepressant or any other, off the shelf kind of medication. The withdrawal symptoms, however, I want to classify before I end this as insomnia, weakness, nausea. Continual and high dose uses equals agitation, high body temperatures, delirium, hallucinations, and convulsions can occur. That also, again, may, therefore, if not treated properly, lead to death. So therefore, this basically ends the first part of the series on my medication side effects, which is the depressants. Give me the like for the thumbs up of, support, and also basically subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Feel free to share these videos to family and friends if you really need to, basically for whatever reason and purpose. If you feel that they need to hear it out of certain messages I'm bringing out, be it messages of hope or whatever, or even just a message of warning or whatever it may be. Also, follow me on Twitter or Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Basically, thanks for watching. Love what you do, do what you love. Take care of yourself, love others around you. Love yourself also, take care of yourself also. Until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon.